Wow, what a turnout. I didn't expect that I will have this many attendees today. Thank you for coming. I am honored. I'm very glad to have the opportunity to host a seminar today with all of you to discuss the future of politics, especially digital democracy, AI in politics. Technology is changing the world, and politics is not an exception. Advanced IT technology, which overcomes time and space, is demanding reformation from representative democracy to liquid democracy, which empowers direct participation. Liquid democracy is defined as a form of delegated democracy whereby an electorate engages in collective decision-making through direct participation and dynamic representation. This democratic system utilizes elements of both direct and representative democracy. Recently, France has been grappling with political turmoil due to pension reform. In Korea, there is a heated debate on whether to raise the age for free subway rides for seniors from 65 to 70. If at least 1 million people support a new agenda on the Citizens Agenda selection platform, AI can be used to list a reason for and against it. It will allow citizens to choose their stance and vote. For example, like 챗GPT, will then analyze this information and predict the social impact and changes resulting from maintaining the current age of 65, raising it to 70, or a compromise between the two. If a full committee meeting at the National Assembly in Korea or Parliament another country is held using 챗GPT assisted debates, it would not only reduce unnecessary time wastage, but also decrease agenda manipulation or distortion by existing media or the government due to politics bias, fostering a more transparent and fair society. Currently, the key players in Korean bipartisan politics, which is sharply divided between the progressives and conservatives, are not representing the voice of all the public, but only the vested interest of politicians and certain interest groups, resulting in loss of representation of diversified interest. This is changing people's feeling about politicians from disappointment from indignation. This phenomenon also appeared in the US after Trump came onto the scene. Now, the development of technology makes it possible to supplement the shortcomings of representative democracy as the direct communication among the people and convergence of the people's opinion become possible. So, I would like to find a way through an experiment to revive the diversity of opinion more rapidly and more transparently, not confined to the opinion of the left and right extremists, reflecting the voice of all the people in the center, that is centrists who have been keeping silent. Artificial intelligence can process the conversation and discussion among various people in an accurate and speedy manner. If the people's participation is guaranteed in a transparent way, AI is the most efficient way to make the direct democracy possible. Especially, 챗GPT, which appeared recently, enhanced such possibility remarkably. An opinion search startup in Korea, the name is Oxopolitics, which has approximately 200,000 members, made an analytical system which can dissect internet posted comments in 40 seconds or so by clustering the comments in accordance with people's political orientation whenever an issue arises. This system opened a new possibility of implementing digital politics widely by analyzing the opinion of the conservatives and progressives in less 1 minute. Whereas existing ARS public opinion polls take at least 1 day or 2, while telephone interview opinion polls take at least 3 days. Accordingly, it may be inevitable that the existing public opinion poll companies may take a hit. The strength of this system is its ability to absorb diversified opinion in a fast and transparent manner. For example, with only 40 seconds, it provided an analysis that more than half of Koreans, even among the conservatives supporting President Yoon, are skeptical about his recent speech made on March 1st. On March 1st, the Independence Movement Day in Korea, President Yoon delivered a speech about the drastic improvement of Korean-Japan relations. 챗GPT also came up with a summary of the people's opinion about the President Yoon's speech as follows in less than 1 minute. First, about President Yoon's Korea-Japan relationship improvement measures he announced, negative opinion and withheld opinion are overwhelming. Second, even among the conservatives, combination of the negative opinion and the withheld opinion surpasses 50%. And third, there is no strategy regarding the pragmatic Korea-Japan diplomacy issue. In addition, 챗GPT suggests the following solution to respective political parties as to how to expand their support group among the centrists. For example, it suggests a question like this, quote, although I'm not a big fan of Japan, if I have to choose one nation among North Korea, China, and Japan to be on my side to survive in the East Asia, who should we develop our diplomatic relationship with? If you are trying to persuade the people in this type of tone, it appears that you may be able to appeal to the public sentiment. End of quote. With the emergence of 챗GPT, it's time for a change in the party system as well. The political party structure should shift from a vertical pyramid to completely horizontal network. This change signifies a move from a top-down approach to bottom-up approach. For instance, in parliamentary election in Korea, instead of allowing party leaders or the president to heavily influence the nomination process, we can adopt the US style open primary system, this would grant citizens the powers to nominate candidates, making the entry of newcomers into the political sphere more equitable, minimizing the influence of those in power. Instead of a leader who is the first or the last ultimate influential decision maker, the judgment of the group of experts and the people who have the voting power should be interwoven horizontally and vertically, linked as weft and warp. This will minimize the risk of the dogmatic leader's decision. Of course, improvements are needed to adapt the U.S. open primary system to the digital age with the aim of increasing voter turnout. The purpose of this research will be to develop a policy agenda through the participation of the people with voting power in this digital era, because the legislative privilege was bestowed only the members of the National Assembly in Korea. Also, its aim is to implement a direct democracy by establishing a separate channel of citizen-initiated legislation in the National Assembly. This is to engraft the diversity, swiftness, and transparency of the digitalization with liquid democracy. It is my intent to develop a platform to digitalize liquid democracy for the first time in the world. My goal is to expand to digitalized liquid democracy worldwide. So far, the online electronic voting has been attempted or implemented in only Estonia and Italy. Also, there was a report that is Denmark, the Synthetic Party, which is an AI-led party, hopes to stand in Denmark's generation election. This is the first step getting closer to digital democracy. However, I would like to go one step further and try to digitalize liquid democracy. For example, liquid democracy may be a way to neutralize the veto power of the UN Security Council because it can collect the public opinion about a certain issue globally and analyze it instantly. The United Nations Security Council still remains divided over how to deal with North Korea's increasing aggression. On March 20th this year, a UNSC meeting fell apart over calling out North Korea as China and Russia, Pyongyang's two biggest supporters, refused to blame the North for higher inter-Korean tension. The 15-member UN body is unable to make a move unless the 5 countries with veto powers, China, France, the UK, the US, and Russia, come to a unanimous decision. However, if the public opinion in the world about the North Korean missile firing is collected and analyzed rapidly through AI and the outcome is published, it may change the situation. For example, if there is a public opinion platform in the form which implements liquid democracy utilizing AI via international coalition, the climate crisis issue will not progress so slowly, with the people only giving it lip service. If there is a climate crisis platform in the form of liquid democracy, it will be easier to collect the thoughts of people in the world and to develop alternatives together, pointing out the countries which violate the carbon neutrality frequently. I believe that countries present and compare their policies related to agendas which engaging in discussion about what works and what doesn't. Not only at the National Assembly in Korea, but also at the United Nations, there is a need to reform the system based on liquid democracy in light of the digital era. This will enable the UN to wake up from its lethargy. The goal is to make final decision harmoniously by disclosing the discussion process transparently on the digital liquid democracy platform, securing diversity through a rapid analysis. I have a hope that this will contribute to expanding democracy worldwide and improving the international relations among many countries in the world. I strongly believe that this will also contribute to accomplishing the mission of confronting complex international, transnational, global, and competitive issues. If we compare AI in politics to autonomous speakers in terms of industrial development, it can be seen as having reached the second stage of autonomous speakers in politics, which is the advisor in politics from the data politics, which was the first stage. From now on, it will continue to evolve into the third and fourth stage in the future. Like I led the digitalization of SMEs, startups, and self-employed merchants in Korea as the Ministry of SMEs and Startups, I would like to make a success story of digitalization of politics through this research and experiment at Harvard. I hope that this becomes a stepping stone to expanding the digital democracy and also to improve international relations. Thank you.